What is good, y'all? It's Pod.cannion, and I'm here with another I The Ahh? So, just like last time, we're gonna do 3 of these, and yeah, I'm gonna keep doing these just because it's something different. And even though, like, the YouTube algorithm isn't messing with it right now, if I keep doing this consistently, it might pay off. So, my goal is to just keep doing stuff that I like to do so that I at least have some type of content on the channel. If y'all rock with it or not, I'll figure out later. But, like I said, we got 3 topics where, am I the A for not stating why certain members of my family weren't invited to my wedding? There's, am I the A for changing the Wi-Fi password every day that my daughter doesn't go to school and every night when I go to sleep? And last but not least, am I the A for calling out my wife's adult son to stop wearing crazy, revealing clothes in front of my family? So yeah, those are the 3 that we're gonna get into today. I'm gonna read it, say if I think they're the A or not, maybe read some comments, and then that'll be it. So if that sounds interesting, definitely stick around, because we're gonna do the first one now. Am I the A for not stating why certain members of my family aren't invited to my wedding? Now, he said W-2s and 1099s are finally done. I finally have a break to finally post this. As I guess my family did indeed find this between 7 uncles. One of my cousins likely shown them the post I originally made. It was obviously not received well. Anyways, I'm just going to go down and list order of things or events that have happened. Wait, so this is an update. Do I get the original post? Let me see. Definitely. Alright, we'll just see. So for Dad, first off, he wanted to tell you all that he loved all this. Dang. Oh, original post here. I thought. So that's the original post. Let's see how long this is. Let's get through this. Anyway, I'm 99% sure my family will find this anyways. Wow. Okay, so recently, the boyfriend who's 25 and her who is 24 of 4 years recently got married. They came to a very traditional, if not stereotypical Latino family. The gossip is deeply ingrained in the whole family. I have about 7 uncles, one of them which is also bisexual like herself. He got married some time ago, and when he sent out invites to the whole family, a large majority of them declined because of religious reasons, which really saddened him. I kept this in mind when it came time to send out my invitations, and those particular family members did not get one. Ooh, so this sounded pretty good to me so far. It sounds reasonable. But about a week ago, my husband and I went to my dad's house for the annual family reunion. I really didn't want to go because I knew in the back of my mind this absolutely was going to get around, despite the lack of posting on any social media. But my dad and mom really wanted me there. They are very supportive and the be loud and proud type of people, and I love them to death for it, even if it's a little obnoxious. I voiced this concern to my dad, and he was very insistent that if it goes south, he'll be right there to laugh about it. Nah, that's funny. The entire time, my husband and I are getting some intense side eye. The family that didn't attend didn't even try to hide the fact that they were whispering about my husband and I. About 2 hours later, as I am 6 or so whiskeys in, that's when the liquid courage starts coming up. The straight uncles took initiative and decided to ambush me and ask why they weren't invited. I was polite and reminded them that they turned down the bi uncle's wedding for religious reasons. They responded with at least wanting to be thought about and being invited. I told them that I did think about them and decided they weren't worth the 70-cent postage to be told they weren't going to attend for bigoted reasons. She warned us she had some drink in her now. It would be understating to say that their reaction was less than pleased. Hit multiple fans. My uncles went off for being compared to a postage stamp. My dad was eating it up. He said he was going to laugh about it. My mom was a little pissy at me for causing a disturbance in her house, though, which unfortunately made me question everything at that moment. My grandma was giving me the judges in Spanish look. My husband kind of grabbed my hand and said, "Let's get out of here before you piss off any more people." Nah, that's fact. And proceeded to drive us home. My dad sent me a "that's my boy, good on you for standing for yourself" text. My mom was still less than thrilled about how things went down. My bi uncle sent me a text saying, "Thank you for standing up for me, but now my relationship with my brothers is strange now." And I didn't want that. My phone and social media have been blowing the hell up ever since then, but I'm kind of ignoring it though. But I do feel bad for my uncle because he just wants to be close with all his brothers and not just me. So Reddit, am I the A for how things went down? Yeah. Like, definitely, I would say justified. Response could have been a little bit better, a little bit more polite, you know? But other than that, all of this is, I think all of this is justified. They can't be mad for excluding one point of the family and then be upset when they get excluded. I mean, treat others the way you want to be treated. That's what I live by. And with the uncle, I can understand why the uncle, even after being excluded from the family, still wants the family in his life. So it's just a tricky slope. But now that we actually read the original, let's go over to how everyone thought about it afterwards and like they saw the post and everything. So, Dad, first off, he wanted me to tell all of you that he loved all the support and that he wishes to dad all of you as well. His words. "It took two of us to make you, and I gotta say, I love my work. Any parent that doesn't should never have tried." See, I like this is a good dad. Now, the mom was a little displeased. Let's see what she had to say. She said she had called me asking why I brought up events of my uncle's wedding. I told her that I was simply having a good time with my husband and everyone else, that my uncles made the conscious decision to want to start a problem. She got mad and said she just wanted to have a good part. That's how almost every grandma or mom is when especially when they're making the event. They want everything to go well. They want everything to get along. So everyone has their own personal reasons. That was just her. She wants to see her family happy. So that's understandable. I told her I didn't want to be attacked for my sexuality and not having blatant bigots to my wedding, but that I'm glad her party meant more to her. See, like, this is like a classic mother and daughter type of clash, because I understand where the mother is coming from, but at the end of the day, this is something that also greatly affects her. So I feel like her decisions in that certain scenario where she's also being confronted, it would, you can't be polite all the time, especially when you got some whiskey in you. So they got into a shouting match over the phone. I told my dad what happened, and he's livid with her. They got into a fight, and now she's staying at my grandma's. Oh, so she I thought nah, she might have actually thought the party was more important if it's that big of a deal. Like, you're not even gonna try to understand her side. Like, okay, I can see that. No. But anyways, I've apologized profusely to my dad, but he's telling me to let it go and that I've done nothing wrong, which you haven't. Above all else, this is what hurts the most. She was always very supportive of me, and it feels like a massive bombshell was just dropped out of nowhere. Wow, so the mother news was a little bit surprising. Like, I thought she would be upset about it, but I thought she would get over it. The fact that she was so determined that she even left the dad when he tried to take the daughter's side. Oof. Anyways, my bi uncle, unbeknownst to me, the husband invited him over so he could have a heart-to-heart about what happened. It annoyed her a little bit, but she's glad that he invited her over. We talked about the posts I made, and he saw everyone's comments. According to him, it kind of opened him up to this he was just ignoring so he could pretend to have a close bond with his brothers. At the same time, though, he is still not sure what to do from here. We talked a few hours, had a good cry, hug about it. Everything is good on that front, and it makes me happy. We'll be seeking therapy to help him deal with his feelings on this. The other uncles are obviously livid with me. They couldn't believe that I post something like that, blasting them on the internet. They said they didn't like being painted the way I posted him, so I just straight up asked them if they thought my bi uncle was going to hell because of his marriage. To my shock, they had no problem with saying yes. They didn't even try to dance around it. In the end, I told them that if they didn't want to be painted as bigots, to lose the religious bigoted act, plain and simple. My husband has been non-stop trying to comfort me after the shouting match with my mom. He can see the immense pain I'm in. I love the man very much, though. He took me out for a steak and old fashions the other night to help get me relaxed. That's all, folks. Thank you. Yeah, I think what Dad said has summed it up perfectly. She didn't do anything wrong, and it was justified. It's funny because he was like, yeah, I would be right there to laugh, so I could already tell what type of dad he was. Yeah, so we got someone who's not an a-hole. Because last Am I the A, all three of them were a-holes in my opinion. But we got someone that's different now. So, next one is, am I the a-hole for changing the Wi-Fi password every day that my daughter doesn't go to school and every night when I go to sleep? How many passwords can you possibly have to not only for every day, so that's 365 off bat, but also you got some extra passwords to make up every time she doesn't go to school? Let's see what he's talking about, because right now that sounds way too extra and way too much effort necessary, to be honest. Okay, my 17-year-old daughter Kim is going through a hard time with her mental health. It's gotten to a point where Kim refuses to go to school almost every single day. In January, she went to school 4 days total. We've been working with the school to allow Kim to get homework digitally, but she doesn't keep up with it. My wife and I have gotten her into therapy as well as counseling through her school last fall, but results of that have been mixed, as I don't think Kim is putting the necessary work on her end. She is on medication, but we're still working with her doctor to find the right combination to meet her needs. It's still in a process right now, and just because someone's in therapy doesn't mean you should expect immediate results. therapy is like working out, like, keeping your brain healthy, because there are certain things your brain needs to do and certain things you need to express that most people keep in. But, it's good that it's, she's taking the steps at least. And even if you don't feel like she's putting effort in, maybe it may not seem to you, maybe she is, and you gotta it's tricky. Let's keep reading so we know more. If Kim had her way, she'd just spend all day in bed with her laptop. She doesn't do anything to help around the house. She doesn't work, doesn't go to school, doesn't eat meals with the family, just sits in a room on her computer all day and night. We've tried so many things and nothing has seemed to make a positive change. It's infuriating and heartbreaking at the same time. One constant throughout all of this has been her computer and phone. She's on them constantly, no matter how many times we bring this up to her, that maybe she needs to spend less time in front of a screen. She insists that isn't the cause of her problems, which it's not. Like, you gotta understand, like, especially TikTok, the way that TikTok has been able to break down the ADHD brain and anyone's brain to have people be on there non-stop. That's literally how TikTok is made. Like, I can understand how you're trying to break down and see like the problems, but I mean, at the end of the day, well, yeah, I can actually, from a parent brain, I can see that, because the parent isn't going to completely understand the child at the end of the day, especially like, when she's like, in her room trying to like, yeah. Let's continue. So finally, I decided to start changing our Wi-Fi password to one that only my wife and I know. I change it every night before we go to sleep. Okay. And don't change it back to the one the kids know until after we get home from work. Thank goodness you didn't have 300 password. Okay, Kim was not happy about this and used up all our family plan data in less than a week. So, y'all are telling me, like, with family plan data, the high-speed data y'all use is shared? Oh, I'm glad I paid for my own thing. So glad I paid for my own thing. Yeah. So, now that kind of threw me off guard. Where was I? In less than a week, we had to change our plan and restrict her uses. Thank you. At first, my wife was on board with this, as she also felt that Kim was spending too much time on her phone and computer. But after Kim basically threw a giant tantrum about it, my wife is not sure. She's having those motherly step backs. Kim tried to use the argument that if we want her to go to school, to do schoolwork at home, she needs the internet, but she wasn't doing the work anyway. So that argument didn't really hold water for me. She tried saying that she needs the internet to have access to her support network, but we take her to therapy and counseling in person, and I feel that if she put more effort into those, then maybe she would make some. See, that's where I don't get you. Putting effort into therapy, I guess like trying to open up, but like there are just certain things, that's weird. You put more effort into therapy. Yeah, that rubs me the wrong way a little bit. Kim hates me for this and told me restricting her internet access in this day and age is abuse. It kind of is. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. My wife is also wavering on this idea because Kim isn't showing any positive changes and isn't going to school. Every single day is an emotional roller coaster for me anger, frustration, embarrassment, futility, failure, fear. I know Kim is struggling, and seeing your child go through something that you can't fix is a hell I wouldn't wish on anybody. All I'm trying to do is gently force Kim to focus on her issues, that take steps necessary to address them and make progress towards being a functional adult. She has 3 acceptance letters to colleges that she is very unlikely to attend now. You're still kind of the asshole, but let's see what the let me put my own opinion first, right? Why? So you understand she has mental health issues and she's going to therapy, she's trying to deal with it, but you don't feel like she's like really giving the therapy and counseling her all. So you take away so she's a lot of people have mental health issues and don't do anything, don't have medication, anything. She's taking her medication. The medication, this is another thing people need to understand. With medication, I've seen some people take medication and just be like a shell of themselves. Like, I'm talking like, it'll stop the problem, but now they aren't the person that they were. But instead of like trying to, be like, understand her human to human, you're going to punish her because you don't like the progress that she's making with therapy. That's kind of the way I think it. Like, I know you have your best interests at heart here, but I don't think you should punish her for it, and that's kind of what it feels like. Let's see. Okay. Now, the first one says they're leaning towards not the A because this is an impossible situation and they really feel for them. It's very possible that your daughter's support network is online. It's also very possible that this is toxic and could be detrimental to her mental health. Without actually speaking with her, it's impossible to know, which is facts. Let's see here. Early development unhomes the addiction to her devices. Like, I know 5-year-olds. See, yes, but she doesn't need to be glued to her phone, talking to them every waking hour. That is true as well. Even if she's found nice folks on there, it's still not healthy to be online constantly like that. Also, it sounds like she's at least a little bit addicted to being online. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so constant. If it's a case of addiction, I doubt what's happening is that she's receiving a report from friends 12 hours a day. This is I agree with this the most. The camera is still on. That is crazy, because I feel like I've been talking for a while. Yeah, we're still in business. Last one. Am I the A for calling out my wife's adult son to stop wearing crazy, revealing clothes in front of the family? Now, this is gonna be interesting. Okay. So, wife's adult son. And it's revealing clothing. So, we'll see. Let's see. I'm writing this for me and my family. Okay, sir. Me, 38 male, and wife, 37 female, have been together for 7 years. We have a couple of twins, both male, and we're a very happy family. My wife also has a son, Luke, who is a 19-year-old man. He has an athletic college scholarship, but he dropped out and is currently pursuing a career as a musician in another city. He stays in our home whenever he visits for holidays and vacations. Okay. Nice, chasing your dreams. I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. Luke's very tall, so it is difficult for him to go unnoticed. When I say revealing clothes, I mean that he wears thigh shorts so tight you can see his boxers, crop tops, women blouses. I mean, it is very distracting as his pubes and trail are very visible. One time, I catched him wearing a skirt while watching TV in our living room. Maybe he. Let me keep reading. I gave him a disapproving look, and all he said to me was, "Man, you know we're Irish, don't you?" Nah, that is funny. That is funny. Mans can't explore his fashion tastes. Do a little young thug action. Said, "You know we're Irish, don't you?" Which is a crazy thing to say, and I think kilts are from Scotland anyways, but that's not the point. In another instance, he would sit for dinner with a pearl necklace, eyeshadow, a fur coat. For example, my mother and sister and their kids visited us for Christmas, and they agreed that it was odd to have a guy dressed like that around the house, especially in front of so many women. Now, at first I thought this was gonna be like a homophobic issue, but I really feel like these are just old people, and like, old people, this is a classic situation where like old people are just not prepared, or like really thrown off by like trends of a new generation, right? So he's a musician, so he's already trying to stand out for the crowd. So I can kind of see why he's dressing like this, and I can also see why y'all as older adult people feel like it's kind of unnecessary. But at the end of the day, this guy's young, he's just expressing himself. We got 2 more paragraphs. A few weeks ago after Christmas dinner, I talked to Luke and voiced my concerns, and he was like, okay, Captain, no problem. And okay, sir, yes, sir. Copy that, sir. Clearly mocking me. I must admit, I got angry and yelled at him. I went to vet out my frustration with my wife. However, she didn't back me up or take me seriously, even when I raised my concern about our boys seeing his older brother acting a fool. Oh, you know what, I forgot their twins are 6 years old. So he's like, I guess he doesn't want the twins to like pick up an influence. I checked her phone, and she was texting with Luke again, just joking and making fun of me. So, you checked your conversations. You checked her phone to look at conversations with her son, and you're upset because she said they were making fun of you. You're crying. Like, you're being dramatic. I'm not gonna lie. You're being dramatic, and you sound like a sad old man, but that's besides the point. You checked her phone like a weirdo, and she was texting her son, joking and making fun of you. Luke texted her something like, "Not your husband, body shaming." No way, no. This is funny. I gotta read this all again. Okay. I checked her phone, and she was texting with Luke again, just joking and making fun of me. Luke texted her something like, "Not your husband body shaming me, lol. I didn't get the Hugo Boss dress code memo." My wife replied, "Follow the dress code, young man, or you'll be executed at midnight. I don't make the rules, babe, I'm sorry." That's funny. Of course they're joking, but like, yes, I got mad, so I gave both of them the silent treatment. Oh my gosh, you really are a sad old man. You got upset, so you gave them the silent treatment like a girl. Anyways, for the rest of the holidays, Alice tried to talk me down by saying he's not wearing anything around the house he wouldn't be wearing in public. musician. So our boys would be seeing that style sooner or later, whether we liked it or not. You think she was condescending? She is spitting facts to you right now. She is literally spitting facts to you right now. And you're saying she was condescending, like she was talking to an angry old man from another century. It's 'cause you are. That's exactly how you sound. I don't know. I don't feel like I was asking something unreasonable, and I felt like they were bullying me for expressing a reasonable concern about my twins and my family are seeing in their own home. Our home, my home. And at the end of the day, it's my house, my rules too, ... Am I the asshole? Oh my gosh, I have to see this comment section. I have to. It's mandatory. Y'all know what I think. He sounds like a crazy old man. Let's see. Let's see. You're the asshole. We know because you said this was about him dressing revealingly, but you still had a problem when he was covered up at Christmas dinner when a pearl necklace is totally appropriate, I might add. Your problem is not that it's revealing, but that it's gender non-conforming. Oh, yes. This is the facts. These are the facts. These are the facts. Exactly. I was possibly willing to side with him when he talked about pubes and trail. That's what I was thinking too. But whether his shirt is a woman's blouse is irrelevant. And a fur coat is not. Well, yeah, you're the asshole. Something tells me not to Google what else it could mean. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think that's gonna do the video. Yeah, let me know what y'all think about these three. We got a a-hole. No, someone who wasn't the a-hole, a half a-hole, and then a old a-hole. But yeah, this last one was funny. But yeah, like the video. We got anime, we got reactions, we got more stuff coming. If y'all want to see something, let me know. We got content pushing out. Y'all know how we do. But y'all be great. Y'all be safe. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.